Hello, everyone. Oh, wait a minute. Hello there. Today is Jedi Mind Trick Friday. Indeed, it is. We are back to Monday. I hope yours is starting out well. Welcome to Greymane Gaming and, of course, our Monday version of Dreamlight Valley. Oh, what a weekend. What a week. I made a bonehead move, and you know what? It doesn't really matter all that much, but I'm going to explain it to you anyway. I just came on YouTube since I think the last time I was on here was like like last Wednesday, and because Ali and I have we have a lot going on with our business. We had to travel this weekend, and we had to go do some stuff far away, and so we traveled, and it was cold. We had to have the plumbers come out and fix our pipes because one of our pipes froze because it was so cold. It is frigid. It is early to be frigid here in the Adirondacks, but it was so cold, and it was cold last night. But anyway, we had to travel. So I was preparing all last week for this show that we did this weekend, trying to get things into the vehicle and ensure we all the checklists and everything that we had to bring with us. And we just so I did the princess and the pumpkin video last Wednesday when the Cinderella, when she dropped, like a lot of people do for Dreamlight Valley. A lot of the creators for Dreamlight Valley do. Now, a lot of people want their out their videos out that minute. Well, I'm not that kind. They're trying to make a buck, and I really am not. I'm here for the dogs and the cats and the animals. So when I get them out, I get them out. But I usually like to have them out on time, at least on the day of the release. Well, I went and recorded the Princess and the Pumpkin, and on Wednesday, and had it all done and uploaded it, got it set for the music, and had the editing done and all that jazz. And all that stuff takes a while. You have to place the music, you have to place all of the where you want to put the subscribe junk and everything else. You got to place all that stuff and edit it. And it takes a little bit, it takes a hot minute to do it. Well, I got all that done. So usually when I do that stuff, I set the video to private, so that way I don't upload a mess for someone to find. And then, I get it all nice and cohesive on private, and then when it's all set and all the music's uploaded and the HD version is uploaded, then the 4K version, whatever, it's all uploaded and done. Then I put it on, an hour later, I put it on public, and it's released. Well, I forgot to put it on public on Wednesday, so it has been sitting there since Wednesday. I found it this morning. I was like, oh man, look at this. I have this video that I put out last Wednesday, and it is still sitting here on private, and no one has seen it. So that is why, if you logged on this morning, you saw the Princess and the Pumpkin video out this morning. Usually I don't put two videos out at the same time, but I decided to put that out and do the morning Monday video as well. So here I am, and now, so that is why that video came out this morning. I should have been out days ago, but oh, we had such a weekend. We were so tired. We got home Sunday, yesterday, and we just wanted to, we just curled up on the couch, covered up, and went to sleep. It was so cold out this weekend, and it was bitter, and we had to drive, and we just wanted to, we could not wait to get home and just get inside and close the world off and get in the blankets and turn the heat up and watch TV and all that jazz, and it was just so glad to be home. So, but yeah, that's what happens when that's our last show of the year, so we're kind of relaxing now. So back to Dreamlight Valley. So that is I thought that the princess and the pumpkin was an easy quest. I didn't think it was going to be that short, but apparently that is it. I mean, it was really short. I was expecting a little bit more from that content, but nope, it was quite a short little excursion. A lot going on in the world today. When we got home yesterday, it was just, I can't believe the things that are going on in this world right now. We got, I don't want to get into the news. The news is always depressing, but you know, we got the stuff going on at Brown University. We got stuff going on across the globe. In Australia, we've got Rob Reiner. Boy, I tell you, that was a shock last night. Rob Reiner was found deceased in his home with his wife. Apparently, it might be someone in his family that ended up. Yeah, it's just nasty. I like Rob. Listen, I was reading a lot of the stuff around Rob Reiner, and people were like, you know how people get, right? I mean, you can't read a story these days, no matter what it is, without a person saying something about their politics. It doesn't matter who Rob Reiner was. It doesn't matter what Rob Reiner has done for entertainment, which, I'm not a huge like a fan of of movies and stuff. I mean, I like certain movies, but I'm not into the actor thing. I just think it's like professional lying, if you ask me. But so there's only certain things that I like when it comes to entertainment. But Rob Reiner was pretty big, right? He did a lot of the Misery. He did Stand By Me. He did, what was one of the ones that I think I got out of? Oh, The Princess Bride. He was the director of The Princess Bride. I mean, come on. Good director. And so people have to chip him down to his politics instead of what he did other than politics. Now, I don't go around and say, I'm going to talk to you. I'm not going to talk to you because of what you believe in. I mean, if that's the case, I wouldn't talk to half. Well, I really don't talk to half my family sometimes, but the people in my family are all different politics. And if I were to say, well, you know what? I mean, I would have absolutely no family left because everyone is different. So I have to go beyond politics and say, you like Pepsi, you like Coke, right? And it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. You like pizza, you like pineapple on your pizza, and you don't. It doesn't matter to me if you like pineapple on your pizza. It doesn't matter to me if you don't like pineapple on your pizza, right? The point being is, how do you feel about this? Whether or not you like pineapple on your pizza or you like Pepsi instead of Coke, how do you feel about this? I don't really want to know about your pineapple. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. When it comes to Rob Reiner, I'm looking at his body of work, and I gotta tell you, I think my favorite part of Rob Reiner was All in the Family. I used to watch that show when I was working at home, because I used to work from home. I still do, but I mean, we're talking when I used to like my old job when I used to work from home, and I would watch MeTV, where they have the reruns of all the old shows, and they would always run All in the Family all the time. And Rob Reiner played the son-in-law on that. He was Meathead on All in the Family. He's such a fantastic role, and the interactions between him and Archie Bunker they were hilarious. And I always remember Rob Reiner from All in the Family, the reruns. I mean, I didn't see the originals, but I saw, the reruns. And so yeah, sad that what has happened to Rob Reiner. But we have some good news, and I thought was very special. Dick Van Dyke turned 100 years old this weekend. Isn't that amazing? Dick Van Dyke is another person that I used to watch on MeTV. They had the Dick Van Dyke Show. And I think Rob Reiner's father was part of that show. Boy, isn't that weird? That's a weird connection, right? I mean, I do believe that Carl Reiner was part. I think he was the boss on that or something. You see, I love old shows. I'm not old enough to see them when they first came out, or to even see, you know, like All in the Family and stuff. I'm not old enough to see the originals when they aired, but I have seen, like, if you have Me TV, you get to see all this stuff. If you hear me coughing or if you hear me breathing, I'm sorry. I have a cold because I was out in the winter weather all weekend. But so I mean, I would watch these shows on Me TV. Yeah, so Carl Reiner was, I believe, on the Dick Van Dyke Show. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm right. But he turned 100, and if you've never seen like Dick Van Dyke, he has got to be the nicest man I think I've seen in the entertainment industry. I was reading a story about him. Someone posted that my family and I were poor, and we were like strangers to Dick Van Dyke, and he paid for me and my entire family to go to Disney World. He paid for the whole trip, just because. Dick Van Dyke is a legend. A legend. You know, we have Mary Poppins. We have other shows that he was in. Just, he's a legend, and he's always happy, and that's what he attributes his longevity to, is because he's always happy, smiling, dancing, and just a wonderful person. So happy birthday to Dick Van Dyke. If you want to see something really cool, watch the Coldplay video, All My Love, that has him in it. And it has like his entire family and celebrating his life, and it's just amazing. I got a little bit weepy the other night. Like, I was watching that video with Allie because I showed it to her. I've seen it before, but I said, you got to see this in honor. I said, it's his birthday. Let's watch this video. And so I get a little weepy with that video because it's hard seeing Dick Van Dyke so spry and energetic. You know, when he's dancing with the penguins and all that jazz, and then seeing him so old, how terrible aging his life just kicks you right square in the head, doesn't it? And it's great to see that he's 100 years old, but just what time has done to him, what it has robbed him of, because he has a hard time moving, and it's just sad. And we all know that we're gonna get there, yeah. And that, it's scary. It's sad and it's scary, but it's also kind of beautiful in a way because he celebrates his entire life, and his entire life was just it was a great, it's a great story, and very, very happy to wish him a happy birthday. So there you go, Dick Van Dyke. Let's see, what do we got here? Let's go check the store out. Scrooge's shop. I'm way, way down here. What do we want to take? All right, come on, Sven. Sven, can we take a little ride? There we go. Let's go check out the store. Really quick, like. Let's go see what Scrooge has got. Well, this is a long... There we go. See if there's anything new in the shop. Alright, here we go. Thank you, my friend. The thing with these buildings is they all look the same. Oh, look at this. I guess I've already got it. What? This is empty. I haven't even been here all week, and these are empty? What is this? Oh, I see. What is this? DeVille card track kits. Okay. Well, that's something odd. Never seen that before. I thought it was empty. What do we have? Oh, a new lamp. The kitschy horse lamp from Snow White. That is quite nice. I like that. I like the style. Alright, nice. Alright, so we have something new on there. We got this purple dress, 3,000. That's a lot of cannolis. Might I request a little help? What else do we have? We have a blanket. I already have that. Picnic stuff. Got that. Got that lamp already. I know that. Okay. Festive rug, very nice. I like that. I have it. No, I don't, please. We got a pan flute. What else do we have here? I guess I got everything. Everything else I do have. Alright. Let's go back outside. But yeah, so that is everything for Dreamlight Valley. I'm sorry about posting up the princess and the pumpkin. Like, you know what? To me, it is what it is. When I get to it, I end up getting to it. I'm not one of those people that needs to have my videos up right away. You know, I know people are out there and they're rushing because they want to make money, and I'm not here to make money. I'm not here to put any coin in my pocket. I'm just here for the dogs and the cats, so I don't really rush to get things out. I just to keep my channel, you know, in order. I like to do them so that I have them for reference. So if people want to look back, say someone comes on in a year and wants to say or see, like, and I do get those. I get a lot of those people that are looking at the videos from a year ago, especially the cooking videos or something, and they want to, they want to reference them. So that's why I put up the videos. Dreamlight Valley nowadays is, I've kind of floated away from it, but I try to get here twice a week when I can, and just to keep the channel afloat. I don't do a whole lot of YouTube anymore, honestly, folks, but I try to get in here when I can, and sometimes I forget, I guess, but I'm not trying to make this like a full-time job. Some people are out there and they want I can't do that. I'm not, and it's just hard for me to compete with the larger the larger like Dreamlight people, and because I even tried that. I tried giving away money and stuff, and it just never seemed to catch. Well, people who weren't doing half of the work were getting 10 times the amount of people, and maybe it's the personality, maybe it's just people didn't like to hear about dogs and cats, maybe it's that, maybe it's just they didn't like my personality sometimes because I got a little bit irate, and it does happen. I mean, and the point is I don't give a rat's butt. I do my channel for the animals and for the people that are here who have been here since the beginning. But Dreamlight Valley isn't what it used to be, is it? Dreamlight Valley, there's a lot of people that used to be around for Dreamlight Valley, and as the game, I think we already talked about this, but as the game has aged, they've aged out of it. A lot of people that used to play, that used to come to the channel, don't play anymore. They've aged out of Dreamlight Valley and have moved on to other things. I mean, if you look at some of the original videos that we did, we had people, I'm trying to remember their names, and I just don't, but I know we had a girl who lost her dog, and she's the one that, I don't remember her name. Maybe some of you will recall her name, but do you remember she used to always post when Donald would scream or when he would cry or yell? I forgot her name, but she was around, and we had the guy who adopted the rabbit, if you remember. He went to the shelter and adopted the rabbit. I remember the people, I just don't remember the names. So we had a few other ones that were here originally when we started the Dreamlight videos, and I would do them every day, of course, but they've all kind of fallen away. They've all kind of like moved on to other things, I would imagine, or who knows. But that is so that's what I'm saying. I mean, Dreamlight Valley right now is like a niche crowd for people that are just Dreamlight Valley like diehards, and the rest have kind of moved on to other games, and so I do it twice a week now instead of every day because it's just not as popular as it used to be. Anyway, that is the video for today. We're gonna go to comments right now. We got Brenda McBride. Happy Jedi Mind Trick Friday, Gray, and everyone. Thank you so much, Brenda. So glad to hear from you. We got Brandy Ramos. I hope I pronounced that right. Brandy says, I got the winter bundle, and when I was able to change the castle, but I can't change the Ratatouille restaurant or Scrooge shop. I don't think there's anything to change with them. They are just part of, they have the same skin. I don't think you can change the Ratatouille or the Scrooge shop's skin. I don't recall anyway of there being like a winter, like a bundle theme for them. Maybe I'm wrong, but someone correct me if I am. Red K says, first time I'm not doing the bonus rewards. I don't want the house. I'm trying to remember what that was. Let me see. Because I have been doing a little bit of the, well, I mean, last, let's see, the bonus reward. What's the house look like? Oh, I see. Okay. So this thing, it is kind of ugly, isn't it? What is this? What's it called? The Main Street Emporium. Okay, I get it. I think it's kind of based on a real building, isn't it? Main Street Emporium. Yeah, I think it is based on a real thing. I'm trying to find the thing for the winter. Is there anywhere here to change Scrooge's? I don't think there is. No, I don't. Let's see, winter bundle. Okay, you have a stall. You have wishing well. Oh, okay, I do see them. Yes, there is. There is right there. There are two of them. I haven't changed. Let me see if I can change mine then. I didn't know that. Let me see. Let me give it a shot. All right. Let's give it a shot, see if I can do this. I did not know that there was. I actually wasn't even, all right, let me see. If you go here, and then we want to, okay, there you go. You can. There it is. That's how you do it. Okay, did you get that? So what you do is you go in, of course, you go into your, okay, well, I mean, that's nice to know. I did not know, honestly, that I had bought that. So we go here into L2, cancel it out, hit replace. I guess I can't do that in this one. So hit replace here. You have to hit the X, I don't know what you're on, but you have to actually click on it with, I'm clicking the X button, and I hit this triangle button, and we do winter holiday, there we go. Okay? Pretty easy. Very nice. Thank you for that. I didn't even know that I had bought that, honestly. But there you go. That, I like that Scrooge. I like that. Very nice. So, hey, you learned something new. See that? You learn something new every day. Thank you. There you go, Brandy. That's how you do it, Brandy. If you haven't already kind of figured, I'm sure you probably already figured it out by now. But yeah. So we're gonna leave that like that. Cool. What do we have here? We got, so Red K says they're not buying the, they're not doing the Star Path. Star Path is kind of cheesy this time. I would expect more for the Christmas holiday. I was a little disappointed when I saw it, but what are you going to do? You know, what are you going to do? Brenda McBride says the professor's name, this is what we're talking about, Frosty the Snowman now. The professor's name is Professor Hinkle, with his full name, Professor Hinkle Tinkerton. Okay, I thought it was Roy Hinckley. Now, I looked up Roy Hinckley, and I found out who Roy Hinckley is. Roy Hinckley is the name of the professor on Gilligan's Island. So I knew I had heard that name before, but I must have cross-referenced it before with Hinkle, Professor Hinkle. Because if you Google something, right, it gives you all the options. So if I went and looked for the name of the professor in Frosty, it would come up with all of the Professor Hinkles or anything related, or Hinkley and whatever. It would come up with all of those on Google. So that's probably what happened, and I saw it all, and I'm like, oh, that's the professor on Gilligan's Island's name is Professor Hinckley, Roy Hinckley. And now we have Professor Hinkle from Frosty, so I probably cross-referenced them both and was like, oh, that's interesting to know. So there you have it. Now you found out a little bit of trivia that Brenda has said Professor Hinkle Tinkerton is the name of the mean professor in Frosty. And Roy Hinckley is the name of the professor on Gilligan's Island. I think it's Hinckley. So there you go. There you see, you find out these little like tidbits of things here on the channel. Happy update day, Gray and all. That was from last week, so thank you, Brenda. Pink Rose says, boy, I haven't checked these in that long. Happy reset day. I'm really enjoying the new update, says Pink Rose. I like everything in the Star Path. Do you? Oh, nice. I hope your friend's puppy finds a forever home. I know, I haven't heard about that. It's not my friend, it's Allie's friend. I don't really know the person, but you know, I can be a little judgmental when it comes to animals and how people treat them. So if I get to a point of where one of Allie's friends is being, like a butthead, I tend to tell them. And so Allie keeps me out of the loop sometimes because I tend to voice my opinion, and it probably gets her in trouble with her friends sometimes, because it gets me in trouble with my friends, let's be honest. Because, life's too short to hide things and to be, just be honest. If you're honest, and, I don't like the way some people treat animals. That's just the way it is. If you leave your animal outside in the wintertime, I mean, we were talking to, Allie and I, we talk to our pups all the time. We talk to them like they're human sometimes. So Django's birthday, and you guys, if you look back on the channel, you were here when we got Django. Django just had his second birthday. 2 years ago we got Django, and he's a happy boy. And he was over here on the sofa curled up with me, and it was bitterly cold. This was last night. Bitterly cold out, and he was curled up on the couch, and I said, Django, happy birthday, buddy. And he hugged me and blah, blah, blah. And he's all curled up in his blanket on the sofa and on the pillow. And I'm like, you know how lucky you are? There are so many dogs and cats that are outside in that bitter cold, and you're resting your butt on the sofa, nestled up in blankets, warm and happy. And I mean, because they go outside, right? And they'd come right back in. It's so cold out. So, and I'm like, you're so lucky. Because some animals aren't that lucky. People leave their animals out in this bitter cold, and it's just cruelty. Plain cruelty. So if you don't want to be outside, and this is what I say, if you want to leave your dog outside in the cold, in the rain, in the sweltering heat, then you get your ass out there too. You get your butt out there and sit out there as well. If you can't take it, then your dog and your cat or whatever shouldn't have to take it either. That's what I believe in. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. If you don't want to be out in below zero weather, in the in the freezing cold weather with ice, if you don't want to be out in the sweltering 110-degree heat, if you don't want to be out in the rain, if you don't want anything, if you don't want to be out in it, your dog or your cat doesn't want to be out in it either. So unless you're willing to get your ass out there and sit there, then bring your animal inside with you. I'm sorry, but no living being should have to put up with crap when it comes to responsibility. And if you're just leaving your dog out there, or your cat, mainly your dog, as a yard ornament, maybe you shouldn't have a dog. Seriously, that's what I believe in, and that's what gets me in trouble with Allie's friends, because I'm not afraid to tell them that. And she gets a little mad at me sometimes, but you can't bring me anywhere, because I will be the first person to voice my opinion. Right in the middle of Walmart. I don't care. So it is what it is. What else do we have here? So we have Pink Rose likes everything on the Star Path. I hope your friends, the puppy finds a forever home. Have a magical day. Have a magical day, Pink Rose. Pink Rose also says, afternoon, Gray. Good afternoon. Yes, I'm really enjoying the Wish Blossom Ranch. Have a magical... I love it. I love this ranch. I think it was a great expansion. Unfortunately, it is now over, and it's just back to Dreamlight Valley ho-humness, right? Now we just have to wait for something new to come along and go through. And if you're doing the Star Path, then you gotta go and do the mining stuff, get 25 gems of green, get 20 gems of blue, you know, that stuff. It's just tedious, and yeah, but at least now you have a horse you can do it with. Brenda says, hi, Gray, and everyone. Hello, Brenda. Pink Rose says, good morning, Gray. I tried to get on Twitter with no luck. I'll try again today. Hopefully I can get into my account because I'm not making a new one. Have a magical day. I hope you get into your account. Yeah, it'd be nice to get on there and help me share the pups. And speaking of that, we are going to jump straight on over there. We're going to segue into that. Thank you, Pink Rose. We've got Ken. Ken is ID number 240261 at NYCACC, those horrible people. 2-year-old, and he is let's see, in Shelter Scholars Training Program and progressing nicely. NYCACC, he is at what borough? Let's find out where Ken is at. Hopefully it comes up with something. Ken is at the Queens location. He is ID number 240261 and very young dog, 2 years old, and he has been in the shelter for 49 days. Please, he's at Queens. Handsome fellow, and he's a shelter scholar. So please, I'm going to share Ken, and let's find him a home, not just for the holidays, but for every day. All right, we've got Enzo. Enzo is 10 months old. It says, we got Lisa, who says, I am begging you to please save this darling pup. He's running out of time. He's in Rowan County, North Carolina. That is Rowan County, North Carolina. 10 months old. He's fixed, heartworm negative, and very polite. His name is Enzo. He's just a puppy. And the number there, the phone number is 704-216-7768. That is for Enzo. And he has until tomorrow. All right, so that is Enzo. 704-216-7768. That is at Rowan County, North Carolina Animal Shelter. We're going to repost him. We've got Phoenix at NYCACC, ID number 238727, 4 years old, and needs a home. Her name is Phoenix, and I think is it a he or she? It's a girl. Beautiful girl, and she needs a home. She's listed after only 10 days of being there, so we're going to repost her at NYCACC. Does it have what borough she's at? She is at, let's see, not found. That's not a good sign. So I want to repost her anyway, but that's not a good sign. Screw you, NYCACC, you bunch of murdering ghouls. You're a bunch of scumbags. They're just scumbags. They really are. They're a bunch of scumbags at NYCACC. And I don't care if you tell them. You could tell them all you want. You could tell them that I said it. They're a bunch of scumbags. They are. They're murdering scum. We've got more at NYCACC. Isn't that just the worst thing? They have killed a dog named Christmas. I mean, how do you? I can't even. I have to watch my mouth here because I will get just. All right, we've got at NYCACC. We have kill commands on a few dogs. So we've got Morgan Fairchild's pledges. We got Phoenix at $280. We've got Tiberius. Oh, I had a dog named Tiberius. $292. We've got August at $318, and we've got Hash Brown at $447. They are looking for homes, and they have pledges. So there you go. I'm going to repost them. And yeah, they're at that nasty, disgusting crap hole called NYCACC. Our last dog of the morning is going to be Chihuahua. Doesn't say he has a name. He's at Pet Harbor, so that's Lancaster, that's Los Angeles County. He is ID number 857-40427. He is at, I believe, oh, never mind. He's not there. Never mind. We're going to have to skip that one. It says this animal is no longer in our online database. Well, either that's bad news or it's good. Let me see what the comments say. It doesn't say anything. That either means that the animal was reclaimed or it was destroyed, one of the two. I don't see anything in the comments. It may, I don't know what happened. Let's do one more then. We've got, who is this for? We've got 4 dogs. It's looking very bad for these 5 dogs, says Donna. We are desperate. Okay, well, where are they at? We've got Cider, Comet, Frost, Rocket, and Spruce. And they are at, it would help us to know where they're at. I guess people are pledging for them, but it doesn't say, let's see, where these animals are at. I'm trying to find out the address. Oh man, why don't they put the addresses on the actual Rocky Mount Animal Shelter, wherever that is at? I don't know the address here because they didn't post it. Where is Rocky Mount Animal Shelter? See if I can find the address. I'll tell you what, these people, they post things on here and they don't give us addresses. It helps to find out where these dogs are at, you know what I mean? Rocky Mount, North Carolina is the shelter. I don't have any information other than that because, see if I can find it really quickly. I'm sure I've done this before. Here we go. Is this it? That's Tennessee. No. This really just kind of like ticks me off when they don't put the actual information. Anyway, if you're in North Carolina, it's at Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Could you please, if you want this, they have 5 dogs here that need homes at Rocky Mount, North Carolina Animal Shelter. So, I mean, how many can they have? You might have to look it up because they didn't leave anything on the page. So, I'm going to share it anyway. And maybe someone will look at it. All right. So there you have it. That is the dogs for today. Thank you everyone for listening. I hope you all have a magical day. Be the best human being that you can be today. Don't be as good as you're going to be tomorrow, but be better than you were yesterday. I'm going to see you real soon in a future video. And yeah, have a terrific start of your week. Keep warm.